So again, you guys are from the Mount Pearl area, Mount Pearl Paradise. You're headlining this show. It's our third attempt now, and I shouldn't say attempt because it makes it sound like it was a failure the first two times. It was actually a huge hit the first two times. I grew up just like any other kid in Newport, Newfoundland, around, on, and sometimes even in the water. I grew up wanting to be a sailor, just like my father. I eventually sailed on ships all over the world for 20 years. Then I met this guy, Greg Wells. He bought a 100-year-old church in my hometown. Along with a great team of people, there's some very special things happening there. My name is Ryan Gates. This is my hometown of Winterton, Newfoundland. This is Downey's Bank, Silly Cove Records Podcast. Well, folks, welcome back to another episode of the Downey's Bank Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Gates. Actually, season 2 of the Downey's Bank Podcast. We've been off for about, last episode over a year ago. So we're into our second season of this podcast, looking to get some more great guests back on. So we're thrilled to welcome for our episode number 1 of season 2, Daughters of the Rock. Welcome, girls.
Hello.
So I'm going to get you guys, I went over your names before, but I'm going to actually get you guys to introduce yourselves.
Yeah.
Left to right, if you want to, or right to left, whichever.
My name is Hannah Connolly. And my name is Emma Neville.
And my name is Riley Coombs. Slush.
Okay, cool. And we are Daughters of the Rock. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So where are you guys from, first and foremost? I guess that's the big question.
We're all from, me and Riley are from Mount Pearl, and then Hannah's from Paradise. So very close proximity to each other.
Well, no one's perfect, Hannah. You know. No, that's great, girls. So I assume you guys went to high school together. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Great.
Me and Hannah still go to Mount Pearl Senior High,
Okay.
and Emma has left us to go to Mun Music this year.
Okay, so a little bit of separation there, but you guys have
Yeah,
kept the system together.
Yeah.
Awesome. So how long have you guys been playing together?
Well, we've been singing together since we were really young, especially in the Etc. Production show choir. Like me and Riley started in that when she was grade 4 and I was grade 5. And then Hannah joined a little bit later. So we kind of got our start singing together there. And then starting as a trio, we started in 2023 with our school's trad band when they were in grade 10 under the direction of Sherry Carroll. And that's kind of how we got our start singing as like a trio and singing different trad songs together.
Okay, so I got to ask because I don't want to come off stereotypish. I'm going to anyway, regardless, and hopefully the people will forgive me and I won't get cancelled. But when I think of traditional Newfoundland music, I think, Fogo Island, I think around the bay, I think, small outports and that kind of thing. I don't think Mount Pearl is the thriving metropolis of traditional music. Forgive me, Mount Pearlians. What is it that drew you guys to traditional music?
Honestly, like the feeling of folk music is a lot different than like pop music or country music. It feels more like home, honestly, for like us, because even though we're not from like out around the bay or like anywhere else, like being able to sing traditional folk music and like give our own twist on it and our own life to it, knowing that like we live here and like our families all live here and stuff, like it just has more meaning for us and more depth when we get to sing that for people. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I totally get that. I mean, I've been a music buff my whole life.
Yeah.
Love it. Collect vinyl records, all the stupid stuff that, play guitar and drums and all these other silly instruments that I've messed with over the years that I've never really perfected, but I always loved it, right? But you're right. I mean, at different points in my life, I really lean on different kinds of music. When I was growing up, when I was a younger teenager, I was really into rock and roll, like just your traditional 80s rock, I guess you call it dead rock now, but I was really into like the Springsteen stuff. I was into Guns N' Roses, that kind of old stuff. Still am to a point. I won't turn it down if it comes on the radio. But I found in my later teen years, I guess when I was becoming an adult is what it amounted to. When I was in my later teen years and my first couple of years of university, I've really found myself falling back into traditional Newfoundland music in a big way. And for exactly the same reasons that Riley just mentioned, I found that connection. There's something about it that does feel like home. It is special to us, so I can totally relate to that. But now, what about other musical influences besides trad? Like, what have you guys grown up on?
We started as a trad band, but in the past little while, we've also started to branch to more country influences, which is also very cool. I think we all grew up listening to country music. So bands like the Chicks and we've done some Dolly Parton is also really good to kind of add some of that to our repertoire. Yeah.
There was a lot of Dolly and Kenny in my house growing up. So much.
Fair enough. Any Swifties in the group here?
Not huge Swifties, maybe a little bit, but
I seen you cast a glance over at Riley just now. Is that you throwing her under the bus?
No, I don't know. I've always preferred like music like a little bit like older or more almost like techno. It kind of sounds funny, but
No, listen. Absolutely. One of my favorite artists locally. Well, she's not local anymore, unfortunately. One of my favorite acts to go see live was Selena Boland. I don't know if you're familiar with Selena stuff or not, but Selena does her own, folk / indie alternative type stuff. But she also does a whole different bit called Chalk, and it's all like electronic, techno type, and it's crazy good. But it's so far removed from her. Her singer-songwriter stuff that it's unbelievable that it's the same person. But I love asking that question to people who are in a specific genre of music, which is so specific as trad music in Newfoundland. Where else are you getting your influence from? So that's really cool. So the main reason that we got you on here tonight, aside from the fact that you guys are fabulous, I've followed along with. Well, first of all, how long have you guys been playing together? How long have the band been together?
Well, 2023, we started in the trad band. I think it was last year that we really got our first gig.
Yeah.
December of 2024. And that was when we actually introduced ourselves as Daughters of the Rock. So it's been a little bit over a year.
Yeah, it took a while to get a name to actually introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
That was my next question. How'd you settle on the name Daughters of the Rock?
I think it was that we wanted to reflect something that reflected where we came from. And we all are from Newfoundland, so we just felt that. And we just landed on it, I think. It was just, we were hanging out one time, we were like, hey, we got to think of a name. Come on, we got to do something.
Yeah, we couldn't leave it any longer.
No. So I think when we found that name, and I forget who brought it up, maybe it was Riley, and we found that name, we were like, yeah, that's it. Because it just reflected where we were from and reflected us as a band. And it was really,
I love it. So again, the main reason we had you guys on today was because we got an upcoming show at Trinity Hall, and the Downey's Bank podcast is the Silly Cove Records podcast. So, it's tied to our record label, and where we're just trying to, highlight local artists, and the original First Gen show was a Silly Cove Records production. We put it together on purpose for that reason, because we had, and I'm sure you guys probably know, actually I know for certain that Hannah knows Summer Bennett, because I've seen you play with her before. But Summer, of course, she's from In Your Way, and she was on our label, and a bunch of other acts, and we said, you know what, it's time to shine some light on the youth, and now we're into our third showcase, with you guys as one of the headliners, along with Bruce and Sarah and the Salt Beef Junkies. So I want to talk just a second about the Salt Beef Junkies, because you guys, again, not where I was expecting this amazing trad Newfoundland band to be from as well, but they're from your neck of the woods. And how long have you known those guys?
Yeah, so we've known them for a good bit, specifically Ty. He's the main vocalist and guitarist for that band. We've known him for a really long time, especially we were all in the Etc. Production show choir together, so we all kind of grew up together. And then now Luke is in your guys' school.
Yes, Luke started playing trad band with us, and every instrument I've ever seen Luke pick up, I think he's been a whiz at. Yep. I don't know how, because for me to even play a cajon, I had to drill and drill and drill, and he can do anything. Yeah. And they're all just such nice people, genuinely, and they're so easy to talk to and easy to work with, and they're just.
It's really nice how humble they are. Yeah.
I've heard only good things. Only.
Yeah.
And one thing that you'll learn about the longer you're into the I guess we'll call it the show business industry, if there's anything bad to say, people are going to say it. So generally, when you don't hear anything bad, I always use Alan Doyle as the example. Everyone's like, "What's Alan Doyle like as a person?" I'm like, "Have you ever heard anything bad?" They're like, "No." I said, "Well, that'll tell you everything you need to know about Alan Doyle.
Yeah.
He's an amazing, amazing person." And because bad news travels fast, right? And like again, same with you guys. I've only heard lovely things about the three of you. We're really looking forward to having you grace the stages at Trinity Hall. Again, back to the band itself, and I mean, you guys have been playing for, like you said, around a year under the name Daughters of the Rock. What other shows have you? What other shows stand out in your mind as kind of cool things that have happened in the last year?
For me, one of the most significant ones that I remember is we just did it was called North Shore Strong benefit concert for the wildfires that happened last summer.
Yeah.
That one was really, really special, I feel, for all of us. It was a really, really cool experience to get to perform alongside people who have been in the industry for much longer than us and are much more experienced than us. We learned a lot through that. And also, it was such a good cause, and it felt really good to kind of give back in that way.
Yeah.
I love that answer because I've always been a big give back guy myself. Like I really enjoy everything we do at Trinity Hall and Silly Cove Records, by the way, it's all give back. The fact that you guys are coming out and doing a show, money raised from that show, no one pockets it. It all goes back I mean, you guys will get paid as artists, of course, as you should. And any money is raised from our shows just basically help keep the doors open so we can do another show. You know what I mean? And another show. And then at the end of the year, if there's any money left over in the reserves, and we happen to actually turn a profit, which is hard to do in a small outdoor community with a theater, then that money goes back to local charities like, school breakfast programs, ambulance services, fire departments, this kind of thing. So I love that you guys have taken on that approach where you can use something that absolutely costs you nothing, just your talents, and be able to give back and help these people rebuild their communities. I think is a huge thing. A lot of the people actually who tend to come to our shows in Winterton, we're on the other side of the peninsula, we'll say, from where the wildfires were. So a lot of the folks from over that way used to come to our shows quite regularly. So that's a cause which is, again, near and dear to our hearts at Trinity Hall as well. A lot of those people now, in ways that may not be able to come see a show anytime soon because they're legitimately rebuilding everything. So the fact that you guys were able to give back to that, I mean, hats off to you guys. Again, Trinity Hall, what do you know about us? That's what I'd like to know next.
Well, I've seen a few little things because I'm friends with a few people that have done it. Like Darcy Kelly did the Young Gen show last year, and I'm really close with Julia Dawson this year because we're both in Mun Music together. So
Julia
I've seen
Dawson's a terrible person, by the way.
Oh, horrible! Like worst person. Yeah. So
I can't wait to clip that and just send it to her. Just that clip. And no, we at Trinity Hall, we love Julia. She's played. Gosh, she's been there now 3 or 4 times as parts of different shows. She's soon enough due for her own showcase of, because she's just a monster talent. But anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No. She is a monster talent. She's amazing. And I think, she's just a really, really great person to know. So that's kind of how I've seen a lot of Trinity Hall things. It's just watching her and watching like the other Young Gen shows. Yeah.
We're so extremely happy to have you. So that's about it, girls. I mean, is there anything else that you guys would like to pass on to the people who are watching who maybe are on the fence of buying a ticket?
I think you should. It's going to be really, really great talent, and not just from us, but from the other 2 acts that are there. They are phenomenal, and I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. So you should definitely get tickets. Yeah.
100%. I couldn't agree more. That's why I put you under the gun then to say exactly that, because I can't reiterate that enough. Again, this being our 3rd year, this is it's our 3rd time, it's our 3rd go at it, but it'll also be the most performers we've had on stage for one Next Gen show. In past years, I think we capped out. I think there was one year we had 4 performers. So this year we've got a trio, and a duet. So we've got 8 talented young people coming out, and I couldn't be more excited. I mean, this one I think might might take the cake. And I don't want to knock any of the others, the Julia Dawsons of the world who's performed there in the Summer Bennetts, but this show I think is going to be one that people talk about for a long time to come. So again, thank you girls for coming on and chatting a little bit of music, a little bit of experience with me, and thanks for sharing the bench at Downey's Bank.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, and thank you for the opportunity for like allowing us to come on here and for letting us come out to perform at the hall soon. We're so excited. Like we really can't wait.
Well, that makes all of us. We certainly can't wait. All right, girls. Well, we'll see you this weekend.
Of course.